Hello everyone, my name is John. Today I will tell you how to set up an integration to transfer new leads from Tally to HubSpot. This is necessary to automatically transfer new leads from Tally to other systems. For example, in HubSpot you can add new contacts and conveniently interact with them in the future. Now let's move on to the setup. First, you need to create a new connection. Next, select the data source system, Tally. Now, select the action, Get Data. At this stage you need to create a virtual Tally account in the ApiX-Drive system. In this window you can change its name or just click Continue. When the connected account appears in the list, select it and click Continue. At this stage, you see the URL for receiving data. This is the URL where new leads will come from Tally. In order to continue setting up, copy the URL and go to your Tally account. Next, we move on to setting up the form by which we want to receive new leads. Now go to the Integrations section. Find the webhooks system and click Connect. Paste the copied URL into the ApiX-Drive system. Click Connect. Checking that the webhook system is turned on. Now, you need to generate test data that will be sent to the specified URL. For this you need to fill out a form on the website. After successfully filling out the form, we return to the ApiX-Drive system and continue configuration. At this stage you can set up a data filter. In this case there is no need for this, so just click Continue. Now, you see the data that we just filled out in the form. If there is no data at this stage, try following the steps that were described earlier. If you are satisfied with everything, click Continue. At this point, setting up Tally as a data source has been successfully completed. Now you need to move on to setting up data destination. Select the system HubSpot. Next, select the action, Create Contact. At this stage you need to connect your HubSpot account to the ApiX-Drive system. In this window you must specify the login and password for your HubSpot personal account. At this stage, we provide ApiX-Drive access to work with your HubSpot account. After connecting, close the window and reload the page. When the connected account appears in the list of active accounts, select it and click Continue. At this point, you see HubSpot fields for creating new contacts. You can assign variables from Tally to these fields. In order to do this, click in the field and select a variable from the drop-down list. When all required fields are filled in, click Continue. At this point you see an example of the data that will be transferred to HubSpot in the form of new contacts with each new lead from Tally. If you are not satisfied with something, click Edit and you will go back a step. In order to check the correctness of the settings, click Send Test Data to HubSpot. After successful sending, go to HubSpot and check the result. If you are satisfied with everything, return to the ApiX-Drive system and continue setting up. At this point, setting up HubSpot as a data destination has been successfully completed. Now you need to enable auto-update and select an update interval, for example, once every 5 minutes. That's all. I wish you successful integration settings and good luck.